Hi, my name's Joe Lagilia, and on this episode of Not Your Average Joe, we're talking with Lieutenant Brian Joseph of the Plainfield Fire Department, Local 4560. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Not Your Average Joe, powered by Mortgage Message. My name is Joe Lagilia, and today I'm joined with Lieutenant Brian Joseph of the Plainfield Fire Department, Local 4560. Brian, welcome to the show.
Hi, it's good to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. We are so excited to have you here and lift up our fireman heroes. And I'm excited because a prior guest of ours, Donna from AllenForce, nominated you. And I think before we get into why I think she nominated you, I'd love to just have you share with our audience kind of who you are, what you're all about in the community, and just a little bit about yourself.
Obviously, my name is Brian Joseph, a longtime resident of Plainfield. I was actually born in Joliet, grew up in Plainfield. Left for the military, came back to Plainfield, and started off as a volunteer firefighter for Plainfield, and then ended up becoming a full-time firefighter for Plainfield.
Wonderful. And what branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Marine Corps.
Awesome. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I guess kind of starting from the beginning, just because we do have so many different people within the community who watch this show, I would love to just hear kind of what drove you to take on the life mission of being a firefighter.
Actually, it was something that I really wanted to do ever since I was a little kid. I can always remember going to school at Grand Prairie Elementary, and the fire trucks would always come through, and that was actually Joliet Fire Department. But regardless, it was still amazing as a little kid to be able to see that. So from my earliest days, I wanted to be a firefighter. I actually enlisted in the military to be a firefighter, and I did not get that job. I was given a different job, so I figured that I would try to take up the mantle when I actually got out of the military, and that's when I applied for Plainfield.
That's wonderful. So it's been how many years you've been serving the Plainfield community?
I was hired in November 2002, so it's been just about 20 years.
Awesome. Well, we thank you for your service, and you guys are the real heroes, and why you've been nominated on a show that lifts up real community heroes is our dear friend Donna from AllenForce. She was a prior guest. She said, in every show we talk about, if there's anybody in your network that that's a real community hero, we'd love to hear from you. And right after the show, she said, you guys got to talk to Lieutenant Brian Joseph. So just kind of share with the audience, there's just an amazing project that you guys were a part of together. And I would just love for you to kind of share, just start to finish that story.
Yeah, so the fire department, typically, our local 4560, we always do some sort of a fundraising event throughout the year, and we'll do multiple of them. And one of them that we always try to do is the golf outing, and then we have a couple other events that we do as well. But we always try to give some of our donations, some of our proceeds to donations to local charities here. So like we've done Ready, Set, Ride before, Pink Heels, and came across AllenForce and was pretty interested by it. Actually, I was first introduced to Donna during I believe it was the 4th of July Fest at Plainfield Central High School in the parking lot, and that's where we saw these mobile tank wheelchair units driving around. So I brought up a conversation with Donna, and she said that they happen to be looking for sponsors and donors and things like that because they were in need of a trailer to transport these tanks around. And so I brought it back to the fire department and to the local, and I asked them, is this something that we would like to pursue? Maybe we could donate towards it. The local was behind it 100%, and so what we ended up doing was finding a trailer that would accommodate the tanks
right.
that they have, and so then we outfit the trailer accordingly. So me and a couple of friends, we redid the interior of it to make sure that the tanks would be able to fit, put some shelving units inside and everything.
Wow.
Had it wrapped for them with another local contact that we have. And we presented that to them as our donation, and they've been using it ever since.
Wow. I love it. Donna spoke about this, and as you share about it, one of the things I would like to ask just for our audience is, someone who you're already serving the community in such a huge capacity, and there's so much that you see on the front lines here within our community. What is it that Where did that come from, that desire to kind of see that opportunity from afar, engage with Donna, and actually say, hey, how can I help? Have you always had that kind of look on society of, hey, there's a way that I can help, or has this come through becoming a firefighter, or where did that come from?
It's always had the desire to want to help other people. Yeah. So when I enlisted in the military, it was to help other people. Same thing when I joined the fire department, it was to help other people. And so by meeting Donna, it really brought the best of both worlds together, because now, one, I love my veterans. I love my brothers and sister veterans out there. And to be able to help them, but still do it from the capacity of being a firefighter, really made it special. Really brought it up another notch.
Yeah.
So that was where it really came from, just to know that, all of our brothers and sisters out there that are disabled, now they have the ability to go out and do things that they normally wouldn't be able to do because of these tanks. That was something special, and that was something that we really wanted to help out with.
Well, it's so impactful, and I would imagine, you said there was a couple friends that were a part of this with you, but I would imagine, it's such a great representation of our Plainfield Fire Department, and you being someone who spearheaded this. I would imagine that there's just stories like this in abundance throughout the department of your fellow firefighters that see these opportunities. Is this something that you see being an inspiration to others through what you've done? Have you seen others, or have you been inspired by other firefighters of what they've done?
To be honest with you, it's pretty much common practice. Yeah. With everybody that I work with, everybody has donated their time, effort, money, whatever, to helping other people in other projects. It's one of those things where, like, our fire department community is really good about just sharing our wealth of knowledge, our skills, our trades, being able to help out wherever we can. So us doing this for Donna and for AllenForce was just another something to do to help other people.
I love it. You talk about Pink Heels and Ready Set Ride. We've had Lisa on the show as a guest as well from Ready Set Ride, and I just love it when it all comes full circle like this. Brian, when you talk about the fundraising efforts of all these different organizations that you guys support, I'd love to hear, and I'd love for my audience to hear, where are these events? Where do they take place? How can people get involved? What's coming up maybe on the calendar here that people can be a part of? Kind of speak on that if you can.
To be honest with you, there's no real set schedule for what the local does. So every year as the local, we'll try to figure out some sort of event that we want to do, whether it be the golf outing. Like our golf outing, and traditionally it's held out in Yorkville at Whitetail Ridge. It's open for anybody that wants to come out there. We usually host it in September, and so anybody can get involved in that. And then again, that's another portion of the proceeds go back to another fund that we choose. Some of the other events that we'll do are kind of at the whim. So just this past year, we decided that we were going to do a Super Bowl raffle. So we opened it up with just raffle tickets for people to be able to purchase raffle tickets. And then actually one of our firefighters' mothers actually just won the raffle. So she got a nice big flat screen television.
I did see this on Facebook. I did see that. Yeah, this is wonderful. Yeah.
That is one of the ways that we reach out, is the local 4560 does have its own Facebook page. Plainfield Fire Protection District has its own Facebook page. So you can look and see what different events they have coming up on those two pages. Most of the information is shared on that.
Wonderful. There's probably so many stories. I shared with you, I have a brother who's a firefighter in Chicago, and there's probably just so many amazing stories, but one that comes to mind for Plainfield, and I don't know if you were on shift that day or not, but just recently was that I think made national news, was you guys got to deliver a baby. I don't know if you want to speak on that. Like I said, whether you were there or not, I think it represents the whole department of just how awesome you guys are.
I was there in spirit.
There you go.
Actually, that call happened right at shift change. So they actually took our ambulance out of Station 1, which is located at 143rd and Van Dyke, and it met up with our engine out of Station 4, which is located off of Frederick and Renwick right there. So it was our chief, department chief, he was actually there. Our engine from Station 4 was there, and then my ambulance from Station 1 was there, and that crew is the one that actually helped deliver the baby. Shout out to Lieutenant Brian Gallup. He's the one that was actually in the thick of things.
In the thick of things, yeah.
So no, I missed out on that call, but my ambulance told me all about it.
Yeah, well, it was so cool to see that, like I said, on a local, and I think that story went national, and it was just cool to be a part of the Plainfield community and to see you guys represent us that way. So much has gone on the last couple of years, Brian, and I would love to just kind of hear from you as far as, how the fire department, I know for my own experience, having two young kids, there's been so many times in my neighborhood here in Plainfield that the drive-by birthdays that you guys went out of your way to get the truck out of the garage and to come by and to make a kid's day. Just kind of stories like that, anything that you can recall, just to really highlight what you guys have done for the community.
Yeah, we love community service projects. We really do. So October's our favorite month because we get to get out and we get to go to all the schools for Fire Prevention Month and get to interact with all the kids, do like station tours. We really love it when the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts come in. We'll do station tours for them as well. The buildings are open to the public, so if you just come and knock on the door, then we'll be more than happy to show you around the station, show you how we live, what life is like as a firefighter in Plainfield. But yeah, we really do enjoy getting out into the community and really having good public relations. Yeah. We feel that that's a key to having a successful fire department, is really getting involved with the public.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, I tell you, there's so many times, I mean, even, this past St. Patrick's Day parade, you guys were there. I can't think of a community event that you guys aren't there. Like you said, opening up the truck, letting the kids jump on the truck, check things out. I mean, you guys are amazing, and that's why you're here. We just appreciate all that you've done. Brian, you've helped the audience know how to connect with you guys and how to stay in touch. This show, as I mentioned, is about lifting up real community heroes. I know you're a humble guy, and we just appreciate you being here, but that's why you're here, because you are a real community hero. To end the interview, Brian, I'd like to ask you the question, who is your hero?
I'm going to have to say that my hero is my wife. She's a intensive care unit nurse at the Rush Copley, and seeing what she's been put through and everything that she's done through the past 2 years of COVID and everything, it's just been incredible to watch her work. She's actually volunteered for additional work on top of her already scheduled work at Copley, so she's picked up extra nursing jobs on the side just to help people, and it's incredible to watch her work. It's her work ethic is unbelievable.
Wow, what an answer, what a family. Brian, thank you for being so much to Plainfield. We appreciate you and all the guys at the fire department, guys and gals. We hope you guys stay safe.
Well, appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you to our audience for tuning in to another episode of Not Your Average Joe, powered by Mortgage Message. We'll see you next week, everyone. Take care.